All right, we're going to take a look at the female reproductive system, and we're looking at a lateral view of a lot of the structures. However, some of them are cut in cross section. So we're going to take a look at what's on the outside here first. We'll open it up and then we'll look at the inner structures. On the outside here, we'll actually start in the most inferior area. The pouch that is for cushioning over the pubic bone, it's basically a fatty pouch here. That is going to be the mons pubis, and then that moves into the labia. So the larger labia here are the labia majora, and there would be, these would be on either side of the body, so left and right. And then inside of the labia majora, there is a smaller piece of tissue. This is the labia minora. All right, there is a gland here for lubrication right here called the vestibular gland. And you've got the opening to the urethra, opening to the vagina, and opening to the rectum or anus right here. Let's move up here. We have three structures that are very close to each other, so we'll go anterior to posterior. We have the urinary bladder, and this tube is a ureter, which sends urine from the kidney into the bladder. This is the vagina, and this is the rectum. Up here, we have the uterus. This is the ovary in yellow, and this is the beginning of the oviduct or uterine tube here in red, and eventually it continues to travel. You can also call this the fallopian tube. These structures here that are often pictured as finger-like structures are called fimbriae, and so those are going to be covering the ovary partially. Okay, I'm going to remove this now so that we can look inside to look at a few more structures. So let's come back down to the bottom here. Once again, let's orient ourselves. We have three openings, so anterior to posterior. The most anterior is the opening for the urethra heading toward the urinary bladder. Then we have the opening to the vagina, and then we have the opening to the rectum. So we've got the anus right here. Once again, labia majora, labia minora. And then if we move up here, we have the inside of the urinary bladder, and we also have the inside of the uterus. Now, if you go below the urinary bladder, you have a structure right here called the clitoris. Okay. You have to know three layers of the uterus. The outside layer is called the perimetrium. The middle layer, which is smooth muscle, is called the myometrium. And the inside lining is called the endometrium. If you follow the inside opening of the uterus to where it ends here, this is called the cervix, and that is going to open into the vagina. So you've got a little extra space in the vagina called the fornix, but that is going to open right there.